I have generally agreed with the learned judges, and I hold without hesitation in rejecting the complaint that the learned judges erred in not exercising judicial restraint or constitutional avoidance, that I am in full agreement with this court reasoning and holding aforesaid, and that is in the case of Coalition for Democracy, CORD versus the Republic. It resonates with what I stated earlier when treating of the basic structure doctrine, that the Constitution places on judges an unmistakable obligation to defend the Constitution where there is real, clear, and present danger of violation or contravention of rights or an unlawful tinkering with or alteration of the Constitution's basic structure, such as portended by some of the provisions of the BBI Amendment Bill. The courts, when moved, must take defensive action in aid of the Constitution, even by making a preemptive strike that ensures the threatened constitutional amendments do not see the light of day. I have again seen refer to Mr. Karuri's arguments in which he talks about the difference between the power of IBC over wards and over constituencies, which I agree with, but a careful reading of the judgment does not suggest to me that the learned judges held that the number of constituencies cannot be altered. I think they stated the opposite, and quite emphatically and unambiguously so, which again I have quoted them. What the learned judges did hold was that it was impermissible for the BBI Amendment Bill to directly allocate and apportion the 70 extra constituencies it created without the delimitation exercise that is commanded and provided for in detail by to be undertaken by IBC in Article 89, which lists and Article 88.4, which lists the delimitation.
And avoid repeating what I agree with my colleagues or what my colleagues have already covered. The consolidated appeals before us arise from consolidated petitions that were filed in the High Court challenging the exercise of these provisions. My brother, President Musinga, has already given that background, and therefore I will not go into it. The issues that were raised in the appeals are many, and as I've already explained, I will just focus on the areas that I have some arguments which differ or which are approaching the issue differently from the others. And so I will add my voice on a few select issues. This is the basic structure doctrine and its applicability to Kenya, the remit of a popular initiative under Article 257 of the Constitution, the legality of the BBI process and the President's involvement, and the propriety of the proceedings against the President. I will not go into the submissions because that has already been done by my colleagues. So I'll go straight to the issue of the basic structure. What is the basic structure doctrine? In my earlier portions of the judgment, I had referred to definitions by Professor Yaniv Rosnai, Professor Beatrice Conrad, Professor Ben Nobweze, and also the way it was explained in the Kasavananda case. And drawing from these definitions, I think that simply put, the basic structure doctrine is a principle according to which the power to amend a constitution is expressly